Hi, Courtney Brosnan here to convince all professionals to buy into the OPT model as the most superior method of training. All semester long, we've been looking at the Optimum Performance Training or OPT model, which according to the textbook is a process of programming that systematically progresses any athlete to any performance goal. The model is built on stabilization foundation principles, and once those are acquired, the athlete can move on to strength and then to power. Each of the three levels is dependent on sufficient performance on the prior level before moving on to the next. It's clear that the OPT model is by far the most superior because it focuses on progression and allows the athlete to build a solid foundation before continuing on. This ensures optimal strength and power as well as less room for injuries because proper form is emphasized. The OPT model utilizes components of an integrated sports training program to help prevent injury and lead to increase in performance in areas such as flexibility, core, balance, speed, agility, and even body composition. The key to the OPT model is that it's progressive, systematic, and follows a functional continuum to allow for optimal performance adaptations. One of the greatest assets of the model and reasons for its superiority is the step-like progressions that it follows, with each phase having to build upon the next. A huge key to optimal performance is ensuring a strong foundation is built before engaging in more taxing exercises. Stabilization is essential because inefficient stabilization can lead to altered force production, increased stress, overload, and even injury. Hodges and Richardson looked at people with lower back pain and found that because of the delayed contraction in their transverse abdominis, this indicates a deficit of motor control, which will result in inefficient muscular stabilization of the spine and then pain. But if stabilization is emphasized from the start, these injuries can be avoided and optimal performance can be achieved. Following specific guidelines, choosing proper exercises, and having a detailed program with multiple variables is essential. Skipping steps will lead to decreased performance and will not allow the athlete to access all their power. Improper stabilization can negatively affect a muscle's force production, which is why stabilization needs to be emphasized. Egerton proves this by demonstrating that muscle tissue trauma results in an alteration in the patterns of neural recruitment, a reduction in the force-generating capacity of the injured muscle, and then pain. Proper stabilization and utilization of the steps in correct order will decrease the likelihood of compensation or a reduction in force-generating capabilities leading to injuries. The opposition will try to harp on the fact that this model is tedious and may take time, which may be its biggest downfall. They will say that there's other more efficient ways of training which don't follow this monotonous plan. The allure of instant gratification will cause them to skip steps looking for quicker solutions. This may seem to create better athletes in the short term, but in the long run will be detrimental, lead to injury, and maybe overtraining because of improper training. Other models just copy and paste the same exercise across the board for everyone. They see performance as a single-dimensional thing that can be achieved by the same route. This makes their job easier and requires less thought and individualization of the programs. The OPT model requires more effort and focus on the needs of the athlete, the needs of the sport, and proper organization and integration of the program. This may require more effort, but will definitely lead to bigger improvements. In conclusion, many people want instant results and are not willing to take the time to lay a solid foundation and build upon it. This may seem more appealing, but as discussed earlier, this is detrimental to the athlete in the long run. The OPT model does the best job at creating a truly well-rounded and strong athlete that has a solid foundation and will be less likely to compensate. Less compensation and a more solid foundation will lead to less injuries, more room for improvement in performance, which should prove all the non-believers of its superiority. Thanks.